Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel Mythology Magic. Guys, today we are going to be doing the Battle of Hydaspes. Hydaspes is the Greek word for river Jhelum. Guys, today we are going to be doing Battle of Hydaspes. And do you know who was it fought between? Guys, Battle of Hydaspes was fought between Sikandar, Alexander the Great, and King Porus, or that was what the Greeks called them, but his real name was Purushome Uttam. Uttam means the best, and Purush means man. Purushottam. Guys, today we are going to be talking about how they had fought the battle, and today we are also going to be knowing about all the details, everything that was fought in this battle, guys. So let's get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So guys, first things first, Alexander the Great and Porus, the Battle of Hydaspes was fought in 326 BC. Guys, Alexander and Porus had big armies each, large armies. But Alexander's army was 10,000 more than Porus's army. Alexander's army was 35,000 soldiers, and whereas Porus's army was about 25,000 to 20,000 soldiers. Guys, it is said that Porus had lost his brother in this war. He had lost his mother in a war against Takshashila, and he had lost his father too. But Porus never gave up, and that's what makes him a great king. Guys, this was the only war Alexander ever lost, guys. And now I will tell you how. Basically, Alexander the Great and Porus had a face-off in the battlefield. Their armies clashed against each other with the Macedonian Shamshir, which is a Macedonian word for swords, a Greek word for swords, and the Indians use their talwars, which is also the sword, which is in Indian Hindi. Guys, what happened was that both of the army was like equally powerful. Each of them, there was bloodshed everywhere. Porus had come on his war elephant, and Alexander had never imagined an elephant, a war elephant he had never seen in his life. There were many other elephants who Porus had specially trained for the war. Alexander the Great was in horror when he saw this, guys. Literally, it was everywhere to see Alexander's army was getting crushed. Porus's army even put swords with poison on the tips of the swords on the elephant's trunk, guys, so that when the elephants moved, then if the Macedonian soldiers escaped from getting tramped, from getting treaded by the large creatures, the large mammals, then the swords would slice their heads off, or even if the swords would scar them on their arm, then because of the poison the people would die, which was a very good strategy. Alexander, on the other hand, was not getting any problems with that. He, on his horse Bucephalus, was trained by Alexander. He was a very, you would say, he never listened to any person, and he would only come in the control of Alexander. He was ready to give his life for Alexander, which he proved in the Battle of Hydaspes, guys. What happened was Alexander and Porus got into a duel fight, in which Alexander was getting defeated by Porus badly. But Bucephalus came in the way and kicked Porus hardly, because of which the great king fell on the ground. There was blood coming out of Porus's mouth. And Porus, in anger, picked up a spear and straight away jabbed it into Bucephalus's neck. The next moment, Alexander knew Bucephalus was lying dead on the ground. Alexander came in such a rage and started to grieve over his horse. What happened was, then the Macedonian army, they surrounded Porus, and Alexander was badly wounded, so he went to fight with some other soldiers. Then what happened was that the Dasyus, who were known as the robbers, they were also helping Porus in this war, since Porus's wife was a Dasyu, Lachi. And so what happened was, and Porus was also raised by robbers when he was young. Later on, he had become the prince when his true identity was revealed to him and the whole of Paurava kingdom. What happened was, then they shot fire arrows which started killing the soldiers which were surrounding Porus, and the others were no match for the mighty strength of Porus's sword. Guys, what happened was, this war was really blood, It was so bloody. There was all bloodshed everywhere, guys. It is so messy that time that Alexander had generals like uh, Hephaestion and Cletus, Arrhenius. He had many commanders, whereas Porus was there with even a smaller army and even fewer commanders. But this great warrior never accepted defeat, which is one great thing about him. Takshashila's king's son, Ambi Raj, his son, Ambi Kumar, was also with Porus because he knew that fighting for your country is the best thing. He also fought against Alexander in the war, and he, along with his people of Takshashila, some people were with Ambi Raj who were against Porus and with Alexander, and some people were with Ambi Kumar who was with Porus and against Alexander. So guys, in this war, the father and son were against each other, but one was fighting only so that its kingdom could get protected, and one was fighting so that their country could get protected. There is a big difference, guys. There's a big difference. Then what happened was Alexander when came against Porus once again. Those two came into a great sword fight, and the great warriors were equally so powerful that when they clashed their swords, both the swords broke. One sword went here, the other went here. What happened was then they got into a duel, and against river Jhelum they got into a duel, and when Porus picked up a sword and was about to kill Alexander, then Seleucus, he threw a sword which hit Porus in the chest, but as you know, Porus was so powerful that did not give any problem to him. He took out the chest, and when he threw it back, it literally gave Seleucus like such a bad wound that it straight away cut, and Seleucus was like lying there. And then what happened was Hephaestion came to protect Alexander, and in a duel Porus very badly wounded Hephaestion, very badly, and everybody knew that Hephaestion wouldn't survive, but Alexander made him go to the back to the camps where his treatment was started. Then Seleucus also came, but was so badly defeated that he never thought about coming in front of Porus again. Porus then picked up his sword, and he literally scarred Seleucus straight on his all the way like this, and there was a scar left on Seleucus. He was badly wounded. The Macedonian soldiers carried him away. This war, and that was the day when Alexander the Great had laid Hasti, who was Porus's brother's body, on a stick, and he said that you all Pauravas, you Indians, burn your people when they die, right? So now I will complete this for you. And saying this, he put hay around and lit the hay on fire. And Porus, and then straight away he jumped in the air like nobody would imagine, and with a dagger cut the rope where Hasti was lying and held Hasti and came down from there. What happened? Porus came on his horse, and with a strong arrow he shot it, which wounded Alexander very badly. And Alexander had to be taken away from the battlefield, and he was getting treated. The next day was something which was not expected to happen. Alexander was seeing the destruction of his army, and only a few thousands, around 2,000 or 3,000 Macedonian soldiers were left. He saw that his end was near, because of which he went to Porus, and and then he gave his sword to Porus, saying that this sword has helped me win all wars, and each war since I have fought the wars all the way from age 16 till this age, I have fought all the wars with this sword of mine. And now today I give this sword to you as a token of victory. Congratulations, Porus. Please, I want to join hands with you and forgive me. Now even I understand that being with your country is the best thing, and protecting your country is your first duty, not expanding your country. I understand my mistake. Alexander and Porus hugged each other, and after that Alexander, along with his left army, left for Babylon, whereas Porus lived in his kingdom and ruled as a generous king. Later on in Babylon, there is not a reason exactly. There is not a specific reason, but why did Alexander die? There isn't a specific reason, guys. Some people say because of drinking too much of wine. Some people say because he had gotten dengue and he had passed away due to that. And there are many sayings, guys. Some people say that his courtiers only poisoned his drink and gave it to him. But whatever the case is, guys, Alexander, when was taking his last breaths, usually it's said dengue. So I would also say that Alexander was taking his last breaths due to dengue. He said that please complete my last wishes, my last 3 wishes. My first wish is that the person who is treating me should take my coffin and put my coffin into the sand. The second thing is that all the gold, jewels, gems, money we've looted from the countries which we won, put that on the road from where the doctor is passing with my coffin, so that all the people should get to know that all the money which I had won, now when I'm leaving this world and going, then all this money is just waste and dust on the ground. And his third and final wish was that when my coffin is being put, then keep my palms open, so that the whole world gets to know that the Alexander who had come to conquer and get the whole world in his fist, when is leaving the world, has nothing in his hands. And when he completed his last wish, a ring which he had worn in his hand and in his finger, when the moment his hand fell, the ring came out, and the whole kingdom of Babylon and Macedon had gotten to know that the great Alexander passed away. Later, Alexander had passed away at an age of 32, which is very young, because it was in his future that if he wants his name to be there, you would not have. The fortune teller oracle said that if you will have a long age, but you will never have a name, but you will have a short age, but you will have a name. Choose one path. And Alexander chose the path that my name should be big, and I do not care whether my age is short. So at an age of 32, Alexander the Great breathed his last. Whereas later on, just after a few years, one of Alexander's commanders or generals, you could say, Eudemus, assassinated King Porus. But Porus was very powerful, and in return, he also killed Eudemus, guys. So both of them had killed each other. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you really enjoyed it. And today I've already uploaded a video some time ago only. That video is about the Battle of Haldighati. Please go and check that out too. Please subscribe, like and share my videos. Also ring the notification bell to get notified for all the new posts on my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama.